Peter Kenneth there giving his papers to the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. Of course, he's contesting the Nairobi governorship position. He hopes to unseat Kidero in the August 8th general election. Let's wait and see whether or not the IEBC will clear him or Patrick Amimo is on the ground for us. It's a big day for aspirants in this country, and we have our reporters stationed all over the country keeping an eye on that for us. Let's have a conversation about this in studio on the clearance of several candidates. This morning, I have Kavin Owidi, who's a political analyst, in studio with me. Joshua Kipto, who's an advocate, is also in studio. He'll be walking in any moment from now. Kavin, thank you for joining us on News Center this morning. What are your thoughts about the clearance that is currently going on with IEBC? We are speaking to Elvis Koske, who says there's an aspirant who hopes to be a member of parliament, does not have academic qualifications. And then we had that list that was released by civil societies, and a good number of people who are mentioned in that list have so far been cleared by the IEBC. As a matter of fact, we're waiting for to see whether or not Oparanya will be cleared by the IEBC. Remember the case that he had before the Senate the other day. What are your thoughts?
I think it's not about just thinking. It's about what the law really says about integrity of candidates. A person has to be found by a competent court of law to have a problem with Chapter 6. So these people, all of them will be cleared until the courts unclear them. Regarding the certificates, I think IEBC does not have the capacity to investigate which certificate is genuine and which one is not genuine. So what is going to happen is, after they have all been cleared, now the bodies, higher education law, Commission for Higher Education, and all these other bodies can now start their work and see this certificate that was presented by this candidate is suspect. Can we investigate it and find out? And in such a case, besides being disqualified also, it's also a criminal offense to present documents that are not genuine.
But surely, why didn't we do this before the nomination?
Now it's those bodies that have to explain why this wasn't done.
Because you're taking people like 20 steps back, you know.
That is what's going to happen. And in fact, some counties or constituencies may remain without candidates. Because if you find there were two and both of them have fake certificates, then, we have no candidate left. So that is very possible that is going to happen in some counties and some constituencies. Though I think I have to put this squarely on the table of bodies that were supposed to have investigated.
Because they should have done that like a couple of months before.
Like the education minister, the cabinet secretary, has been talking about this again and again, but nothing tangible has been placed on the table. This is common in Kenya because they also don't want to put a rule that is sweeping. It may sweep some of their very close friends and relatives.
No, but if the rules have to apply, then they have to apply to everyone, not just...
No, in Kenya things are very different. They are done according to who is my person and who is not. So it is going to be possible that we could have a constituency. Because I know in some of these strongholds, there are places where a candidate has no opponent.
Okay, so they have to, that is all they have.
In the event that somebody has to be thrown out on integrity issues or on academic issues, I think we'll have to go back to what is supposed to be almost a by-election. Okay, we'll have to go and do nominations afresh and start afresh and put a new date for election.
Joshua Kipto finally joins us. Hi, good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
You okay?
Very okay.
Okay, so we're looking at IEBC clearing aspirants this morning, and there's one particular case that stands out, Wycliffe Oparanya. Remember the Senate hearing the other day, and we had the IEBC, and we had representation from the office of DPP, and they were saying he should not get cleared, he should not run for a public office. What are your thoughts? Do you think it's going to get cleared?
He will get cleared. If the rest have been cleared and been issued with the go-ahead by IEBC, I don't think he will be stopped. And this just shows where the problem lies. The problem per se does not lie with IEBC. It's a process that was to be undertaken by a multi-agency. There's only one window still remaining. IEBC has made it clear that they have received formal communication from the EACC about a number of individuals. They will still get such information from other entities, but bottom line, I still think it is too late in the game, and IEBC will lack the ability and the might to stop such a person. Because look at the timing and where we are as regards the nomination process. And then there's the legitimacy question. If others have been able to go through,
Yeah,
others
why are you
with
stopping
questionable and even tangible reason to be bad have not been bad, it will be difficult to bar Oparanya. But I would wish to look at it from a positivist perspective. In what way? Even if IEBC declares that they are barring someone, let that person go to court, and possibly they'll get orders to compel the IEBC to allow them submit their papers, but the message would have sunk in. So if IEBC can even try, even if they know, for example, that one can still go to court and get an order, better it be that way, so that it will be seen that they tried. Despite,
at least they tried.
Yeah,
They tried.
That should be the main thing.
So basically, the list that was given by civil societies and all this noise that everyone is making about certain aspects.
A journey begins with one step. Let's
Yeah.
look at it that way. For once, we've seen proactive entities. The civil society has given their list. We have these entities giving their report. Let us start from there. And we make lessons out of that. Despite
No, but
the timing
don't you
and
think we're
everything.
learning the lessons a little too late?
No problem. In Kenya, that's how we get things done. Institutions are moribund, so it is our way of doing things. It's a fact that we are delayed, but we have to do something. We have to try. Chapter 6 is not just a chapter for the sake of being in the Constitution.
Yeah.
It should be implemented. Parliament failed in the first instance. They gave us a watered-down a piece of legislation, but let IEBC start the process. Let them show that from now henceforth, they take seriously such complaints. Let them bar, let a person go to court, get an order, but let IEBC exonerate itself by saying, we tried.
So Parliament failed. So now we're looking
Institutions
at the IEBC.
also have been timid.
Uh-huh.
Then we lump the whole thing to IEBC. So we let IEBC struggle with that ghost.
So we're actually blaming them for something.
Of course, we will
entirely
blame
not their
them. It's
fault.
easy to blame them. Everyone will blame them.
Kavins.
I think there is nothing that stops these bodies from going to court first. But IEBC cannot start acting on allegations brought forward by civil societies and EACC, because EACC is not competent to judge that this person is corrupt. They can only get you as a suspect, take you to court, then the court will find you guilty or not guilty. Once that happens, then IEBC can now act. However, we still have time. We have about 2 months. It is enough time for anybody to be declared unfit to run for office. But for court processes of finding somebody guilty for a criminal offense or any other economic offense, I think the time is short. These people who have been accused of economic offenses, corruption and the rest, they will run, they will become what they want to become. The only people that can be blocked out are those with fake academic papers, because that will only
that
take...
for now, no one can help
Yes.
you. It's either you have it or you don't have it. But Chengi says it's either you have your papers or you don't. There's no in between.
Yeah.
Okay, people. Yesterday we had Madaraka Day celebration in Nyeri.
Yeah.
And the whole celebration was watered down by one thing, just one. At some point, social media went crazy over the fact that Raila Odinga, A, was not acknowledged, B, was not given a chance to address the gathering. What are your thoughts? Kipto.
A quick one. Madaraka Day is a national day. Let us take there. It was not a campaign period. It was a national holiday. That's why all of us were not at work, all of us were glued in our television set. So you'd understand the expectation. Secondly, the president has been on the forefront talking about national unity.
Yeah.
And national unity can be symbolic. There's few token things you do that conveys that message. If you only read a speech about national unity and you fail to justify by just a few things, like for example, rarely do you find the opposition going and being party to a meeting that is generally a government meeting, where at the end of the day, one, I wouldn't have a problem with Uhuru extolling all the virtues and the good things the government has done. There's no problem. It is within his right. But when you have a forum where the opposition leader has decided to come and just say, for this national holiday, I will be here, I will support my